Okay, I'm wondering, what would happen if we don't... or if we enter the basement without taking the blade? Narad's probably gonna hate us, but...
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Strange,
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
It's strange, he's not saying anything about it.
Hello? Is someone there?
Man, it's so weird to hear a normal voice for once after all the endings we've been through so far.
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
I didn't mean to click that one.
I see. You're trying to get her to lower her guard. It's a gamble, but it might work.
Come downstairs.
Thanks.
I want to see the face of my rescuer.
Yeah, for once, you actually agree with me? And that would have to be a first.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Yeah, well, about that.
You were lying when you said you were here to rescue her, but regardless of your intentions, breaking her out of those chains would be a big mistake. Don't even try it.
Oh, trust me, we tried, and... I'd like to forget that. I mean, we've only really talked to her, but I mean, I don't know how the options...
Okay.
Don't know if the options will be any different. Hey there. Yeah, I can't believe they've been keeping you down here like this. I'm gonna get you out of here.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
Yeah, we know.
No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Nope.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabinet.
Okay, let's go back upstairs and see if there's something lying around, I guess.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
It's just the narrator. Okay, let's go back.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Oh, now you're bringing it up.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
For fuck's sake, come on. Why is it always the arm? I don't want to look at this.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. The clang of bouncing metal.
Oh, the knife?
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
Really? I mean, she's tearing it into herself pretty well, so...
Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
I mean, it's better than her tearing into her arm. Okay, let's try saving her. I don't know how much it is going to be different.
Fine. Against you, you cut into her flesh.
Didn't mean to skip that, but...
The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
Yeah, I think last time we'd let her cut it off herself, so...
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
Yeah, and then,
As the princess approaches the bottom stair.
ending.
Wait, this isn't fair. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Yeah, and then, yeah, we get all this.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Look, I am trying here. I am trying my best.
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
And then, yeah, we can resist.
Move the blade.
Nah.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
I wouldn't do that. At least not right now.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
Okay, doesn't she, like, slit my throat?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Okay, this is different, because last time she slit my throat.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
And she hasn't done anything bad yet, at least in this route. Apart from kill me.
She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she?
At least not in this moment.
Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
Maybe we can fix her in this route? Maybe?
I'm so sorry.
I mean, you didn't have to fucking kill me, but...
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, The Damsel. Okay, yeah, this is slightly different, huh?
You're on a path in the wood. You're here.
Yeah, we already been through this. Okay, let's proceed to the cabin. See what happens.
A warning. She will
Whatever, she lies.
Forget he said anything. But he is a villain. He made our beloved brutally take our life last time. He's trying to keep us apart, but he won't be able to withstand the power of our love.
Oh, okay, didn't realize I skipped over some of his dialogue. Sorry about that. I thought it was gonna be the same stuff, but this is our first time having Smitten on his own, actually.
Last time? What are you talking about? I think he just likes to hear the sound of his own voice. Let's try to ignore him. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Right, let's proceed.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, let's just enter the basement again.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I think we're in love.
I think you're only talking about yourself, mate.
Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a bit much, don't you think? We don't even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the
Oh,
princess.
she got a little nub there.
There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
Yeah, she doesn't have much of any hands.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
I mean, you did kill me, so...
Do you hear that? She said we're dashing, and she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back? You've been here before, haven't you?
Yep. We've already been through this conversation multiple times, so yada yada,
That's right.
don't care.
Well, she killed us.
Didn't mean to skip that, sorry.
Try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
Yeah. I hate to be the one to break it to you, but, there's been multiple worlds that have been doomed. And I've tried multiple times. Yeah, we're still gonna die plenty more times after this, cause man, there are a lot of routes in this game.
We damned a whole world. But everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible. Horrible for you, maybe, but we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is. Now, hold on, if she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her? We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise. Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
Hey, you killed me last time and it hurt a lot. Why did you do that?
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
No.
Did we? We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy and make the best decision for everyone. She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again?
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
No, I'm good for now, thanks.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
I don't think there's much of her hand left, by the looks of it.
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird? She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
Now I got a few more questions for her. Okay, what happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
Right. Well, that doesn't really answer my question, but before we started talking, did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Not really. But also, killing me wouldn't make me happy either.
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips. Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
Okay, what one do we pick? Okay, no, don't want the world to end. I have no feelings one way or another about the world ending. Honestly, the world sucks. People are a plague, and I hope you brought a slow and painful ruin to them all. What about this one?
I can't believe that the fate of the entire world has been left in the hands of a misanthrope.
Lucky for you, I did destroy the world. I destroyed all of it and made it awful for everyone.
Yay.
I'd point out that she just admitted to obliterating the entire world, but I guess that wouldn't actually move you. Oh, it moves me. Whatever we do next, we should do our best to not let her out. But have you seen her angelic face? She should get a pass. She just wanted to make us happy.
I'm sure a lot of you watching this are probably wanting to smash and not pass, but...
By destroying the world? Apparently, yes.
Sorry about what happened last time. Naruto sent me here to kill you, took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
No, aren't you just sweet? I feel like this version of you.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually. That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
Actually, I never thought of that. Would that be the case, actually? I wonder. That opens up a lot more questions
She doesn't.
and theories.
There's no one else like me.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
I mean, with all the violence we've seen her do so far, yeah. Okay, well, let's rescue her.
No. I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess,
You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her?
Again.
I would if you had a weapon.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
Of course you would.
You wouldn't.
Oh, we've done it before. Been there, done that.
I would.
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That
Oh, she
shouldn't
actually-
have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
Yeah, so she actually does have a hand. It just looks like her, like little hands with like little stops still.
Can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, I guess. But don't make me regret it.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh.
You actually get a fucking hug. Yes. Don't squeeze me to death, please.
Only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved.
This is worth it.
Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Yeah, for once we're actually getting a happy ending.
Who needs a
Potentially.
weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
Oh, I guess we leave now. We leave and then we live our whole lives to figure out what we do next.
That sounds perfect.
Yay.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers.
We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending.
I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this.
What about us? We get to be fucking happy because for once, we don't need to fucking die.
And what happens after we walk up the stairs?
We live happily ever after.
Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks.
For fuck's sake.
That's a familiar move.
Yeah.
Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
About that.
Oh no, did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known.
And besides, this isn't the first time we met her. But this is the first time she's actually been nice to us.
Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice.
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Yeah, I think I got this. Let's try opening the door ourselves.
Okay, yeah, you've got this.
Oh, thanks for believing in me.
You place your hand on the door, and lock
Oh, it
clicks,
opens. Hell yeah.
and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
Ha! I knew it. Your words are no match for the pure strength of our hearts, bound together as one.
You and the princess make your way upstairs, and the blade. That's right, there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
I mean, we come this far. Do we really have to do that? Yeah, I'm not doing that.
You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
Yeah, well, I think I've done enough suffering as is to get to this point.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin,
And to
and
nothing.
then you step outside.
Oh no, there's actually an outside for once, but I see a familiar border.
A happy ending at last.
We
But
did it.
not for
What
long.
should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go?
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
Yeah, we get to
cold.
stare into them for
Is
much
being
longer.
happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
And there she goes. And she gets yoinked. But you don't get the chance to make that jacket. Something has taken her away. It's left something else in her place.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Okay, yeah, same stuff.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
Voices feel small, distant, as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. And yep, and there they go. And there is me. And yeah, we're saying stuff, so yep, we'll just end this.
Nothing. There is no exit.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, make me forget.
She asks that
Hey, what happens if I slay her in this instant?
You take the blade from the table, turning its tip towards the unsuspecting princess. Thank you.
Wait. No. You barbarian, what are you doing?
But you ignore the pleas of the foolish little voice and strike. The princess's eyes grow wide with terror as the blade falls, but she does absolutely nothing to stop you. Your blade pierces her heart, and she collapses pathetically to the ground.
I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong?
Yeah, you killed me. Multiple times.
No, my love, you did nothing wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not you.
I'm going to die now. I think that's what you want.
Yeah, kind of.
And just like that, she's dead. And the world is saved. Thank you for seeing this through. I know it must have been difficult. I feel sick.
Sick. You took part in the murder of the fairest creature that's ever lived. And you merely feel sick. I, for one, am absolutely distraught. Grief-stricken. Inconsolable.
You'll get over it. You just saved everyone.
Just straight to the point.
Over it? You smarmy ass. There's nothing in the world worth getting over it for. We might as well just end it all. You raise the blade, aiming the point directly towards your heart. Excuse me? No, you absolutely do not do that. Yeah, let's not make any rash decisions. We should give ourselves a minute, take a deep breath, and rash. The only rash decision we've made was running our cursed blade through her heart. This is far from rash. This is measured. This is the only thing left for us to do now that she's gone.
Do we want to go through this again? I say no.
Exactly. You're not doing this. All of you may have previously thought that my passions were too great to stifle, but those were merely passions of joy. My passions of sorrow run deeper than the ocean itself, and you'll find that they are far more unstiflable. Haven't you? Haven't you all? I don't believe this. What? What don't you believe?
This.
You plunge the blade into your own heart and collapse to the floor.
Oh. Rip. Guess we didn't have much of a choice there.
You can't be serious. Why are you helping him? I'm not. He just made it happen. I'm sorry. That's right. You're all sorry. Everything goes dark, and you die.
And on to chapter 3, The Grey.
You're on a path in the wood. You horrid monster. Do you think just because we've returned to the woods you've earned my forgiveness? Our beloved had best be alive and well when we return to the cabin, or you'll never know the end of my wrath.
Okay, well, honestly I was just expecting it to just end and go back to chapter 1, but guess we're going on to chapter 3 again.
She won't be alive and well when we return to that cabin, because she's dead. We killed her.
You killed her, and so I killed you.
And now we're back here. Again.
And you clearly didn't do a good enough job.
Oh, and Cold's here again.
Still here.
Oh, and I'm still here too.
And so's the narrator.
If you lot get to be blessed with seemingly eternal life, that must mean she's still there, waiting for us to throw ourselves at her feet in remorse.
I doubt it. I think I'm better at killing than you are.
So you've been here before. Of course you've been here before. What count is it this time? 2?
Honestly, I've lost count at this point.
It's our third. What gave it away?
Your open discussions. I couldn't care less what he knows. Every second we stand around arguing in the woods is a second that I'm anxiously worrying about her. Take us to the cabin and take us there now. With each passing moment, our relationship may be damaged even further, though I fear the rift between us may already be permanent.
And if it is permanent, then what? You'll kill us again.
Oh, you just wait and see. My vengeance will echo the depths of my bereavement.
It's already proven that I can take control and end our lives if necessary, so...
Don't provoke him. I prefer if we didn't die again. I'm not fond of dying. Why not? You've already done it twice.
Yeah, I was about to say, you should be used to it by now. We've died many, many, many times already.
It was unpleasant. It was only unpleasant because you think it's supposed to be unpleasant.
I'll make you feel what I feel if it's the last thing I do. And mark my words, you won't like it when it happens.
Oh, how exciting. I'd love to see you try.
Can I? Well, I'm not just going to try. I'm going to actually do it.
Poor narrator. Finally, he cannot get a word in with these guys. For once, he can shut the fuck up.
I'm looking forward to it.
Good. I am too.
Okay, well, anyway, we still need to move on, you know.
Can I talk now? Yes, I can. Great.
Now that you're listening, let me remind you that if you're here in the woods, it means that the princess is not dead, and that her very existence currently poses a direct threat to the entire world.
It doesn't really look like the woods though, it's a kind of open field, so it has very much a lack of wood, like a trees, and only rocks and grass. Yeah, I'm the one in charge here, and if you slay her again, you are not gonna make us kill ourselves. Is that clear?
Oh, it's clear, you murderer. Though I should remind you that you're not as in charge as you seem to think you are.
You do have a fair point there. Because it seems everybody is able to control me at some point.
I'm sure his outburst last time was just a fluke. I wouldn't worry about it. Besides, if he kills us again, he kills us again. It doesn't matter. He'll tire out eventually. The flame of passion always burns out in the end. Spoken like a true cynic. Enough bickering. Just stay focused and get to the cabin.
We haven't talked enough about how different this place is. It wasn't different last time.
If this isn't the same path in the woods you're used to, that means that her influence is already spreading and you're running out of time. Wait. But if her influence is spreading, that means there's hope. That means our beloved is waiting up there for us, ready to make amends. Yes, I already told you that she's alive. Don't mind him. I don't think he's doing too well. I'm doing better than any of you. I'm doing great. She's alive. Influence doesn't require life. But if things restarted, why wouldn't she be alive? Who said they restarted? All they've done is changed. I shan't listen to the vile mutterings of you serpents. Onward! Our living, breathing princess awaits us.
Okay, what happens if we don't go to the cabin?
She'll find a way out eventually and the world will still end. The only way this resolves is if you find her and slay her before that happens. Again, he makes her out to be a monster. I'm tired of all this slander. She's never hurt anyone in her life except for us, and that was our fault.
Except for us. But she only did it because she thought it was what we wanted. Even though we didn't want it, but yeah.
We don't know that. She could have done all sorts of things we weren't around to see. Turn around and leave, go to the cabin. I'm fine with either. So long as we don't just do the same thing again. That would be boring.
Okay, well, whatever happens, it seems like all answers are in the cabin. Might as well see it through.
I'm sure you've already heard my words of warning in one of your past lives. You've already managed to slay her once, just don't muck it up this time, alright?
Oh, we're definitely gonna muck it up.
Oh, we'll muck it up all right. We'll get our happy ending, even if it damns each and every person who's ever lived.
Whatever you do, don't let him influence a single decision. He's clearly lost it. I hate that I'm agreeing with him on anything, but I really don't like being at the whims of someone so unstable. It's stressful. Yes, having all those feelings isn't very productive, is it? But we're just passengers here. Why stress over something you can't control? You're saying that like stress is just something you can turn off.
God, I wish I could turn it off.
It is. It's easy. Whatever happens, happens. Are you even alive? What's the point of doing anything if you're not going to feel a single emotion? I don't know. I just exist. And that's fine with me.
Man, I wish I could do without some feelings, but here we are.
This is horribly unproductive. The cabin and your extremely important destiny await.
Yeah, let's proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin feels dry and brittle. Ancient dust-covered wooden beams hold up a crumbling ceiling like mummified ribs, each elegantly carved detail of the stately building preserved in an extended stasis. Everything here has been kept safe and dry and lifeless.
We got her again, but she's actually white this time instead of black.
But you're not alone. You can feel something watching you. There is a figure faintly outlined against the dusty wood of the far wall. Is that her? Our beloved. So she does live. She doesn't look very alive to me. Before you can make a
And
move,
there
the
she
figure
goes.
is gone, vanishing behind the door on the far side of the room. The door at the end of the room, but there isn't a door. There's a mirror, that's it. A mirror? Is this some kind of joke? Did you all plan this out before dying? There is no mirror. There's the door to the basement, the table, and the pristine blade. Huh. That's strange. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? Maybe it's gone because we've already killed her with it. Perhaps it's gone because an oh-so-deserved guilt has started to worm its way into each and every one of you. Perhaps all of you do feel just as bad as I about what we've done. Though if you felt the oppressive guilt I feel, we would have manifested that weapon directly into our heart.
I'm sure we'll be doing that later.
I suppose it doesn't matter why the blade is gone, but you're going to have to find it if you're going to do this right. So why don't you march over to that door and make your way down to the basement?
Yeah. Let's approach the mirror. It'll just disappear
Make
like
your
every
way to
other
the door
one.
at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You must think you're looking at that mirror you mentioned earlier, the one that doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open the door. It's so hazy. We should try and clean it off.
Yeah, we're gonna wipe it and then go
It's
straight
time
through.
for all of you to see what we've become.
And there
Reach
it
forward
goes.
and place your hand on the door to the basement. The handle is just a little to your right, and a little down. So much for our reflection. We didn't need to see ourselves anyway. I'm much more interested in seeing other things.
Oh. Like what?
I see. We are too hideous for even a mirror to behold. We can only hope she might still see some good in us. No way left to go but down.
Yep, into the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an antique staircase lit by weak torchlight. The air here is so stale it practically stands still, as if the very molecules of this place have been fossilized, trapped for eons until your arrival.
Yeah, and there she is again.
Even the blaze of the torches can't penetrate the odorless air, as if they'd run out of fuel to burn ages ago, their light still flickering more out of habit than from adhering to a physical reality. A wispy figure watches you from the bottom of the stairs, face veiled in shadow. There she is again. My love. She's just an old memory. Your eyes lock for a brief moment, then she vanishes around the corner.
What do we say? Yeah, I'm sorry about last time. Are we good?
You receive no response.
Of
Do you
course.
think she's upset with us? Don't like being here unarmed after what happened last time. I feel so exposed.
Yeah, probably how she felt when we had the knife.
Of course she's livid, and with good reason. You aren't helping. Are you scared of a little ghost? What's she going to do? Look at us until we feel bad? She can look all she wants. It won't do anything.
Yeah, well, we know she's a lot more powerful than that, so...
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor, her wrist still bound to the wall by a heavy chain.
Okay, this is definitely different than our last ghostly encounter, because the basement was filled with water last time, so hopefully we won't have to drown this time.
This cell is a dark and isolated place, with not so much as a window to allow starlight to penetrate the gloom. See? She's dead.
No. What foul trickery is this? How can this be? We just saw her alive and well a moment ago, floating away transparently.
Whatever we saw was a ghost. Thought we were all on the same page. Do try to keep up. Your thoughts are interrupted by the sound of a slamming door and a clicking lock. You turn to see the shade of the princess staring down at you from the top of the stairs, clutching a brightly burning torch. So that's where the blade is. It's already in her heart. And yet she isn't dead. She is dead. Have you never heard of a ghost before?
Oh, for the love of... Can we not waste time arguing over the semantics of what is and isn't dead? She is clearly conscious. She clearly just slammed the door on you, and she clearly has a weapon. Your pristine blade sticking out of her chest. This is extremely bad. Catastrophic, even.
Yeah, dead or not, what are we supposed to do about her? Slaying or destroying, if we want to be a little more death neutral, seems off the table.
We make amends. She obviously still holds us in her heart. She's bearing a torch for us and everything.
Yeah, I got a bad feeling about that.
But she hasn't said anything. Are you sure she can talk like this?
You came back. I missed you.
That angelic voice. I missed you too, my beloved.
You sure snapped back to your old self quick.
Yes, seeing her dazzling countenance again has reignited the warmth in my heart. I have found it in me to forgive the sins this body has committed. We can have our perfect romance after all.
This is a bad place. We're supposed to be together, but it keeps making us hurt each other.
The torch falls from the princess's hand and bounces down the stairs.
It'll be so much better when it's gone.
The skeletal wood of the basement, perfectly dry after uncountable years of desiccation, immediately catches fire.
Well, fuck. Now we're gonna burn alive.
She's trying to kill us. A misplaced escalation of her passions, but clearly she still cares for us. I say we burn with her.
Alright, like Romeo and Juliet, I guess. Are you mad at me for killing you? I'm sorry.
I'm not mad at you. You gave me so much to think about. And it's all going to be over soon. It's all going to be better.
She's holding a grudge. She wouldn't. She's perfect.
The fire grows quickly, devouring the basement, dancing up the walls and painting every surface with strokes of flame. You're choked by smoke, and the air around you grows uncomfortably warm. We've never burned to death before. I wonder how it's going to feel.
Bad. I bet it'll feel really, really bad.
Yes, it will be terrible, so you'd better come up with something to do and fast. Your personal safety is far from the only thing she's threatening right now.
I think a bit of fiery passion is good for the world. You're just trying to spoil her fun.
I'm not spoiling anything. I'm trying to prevent oblivion.
Why why did you close the door?
Because I want to be with you. I don't want you to leave.
See? Everything's fine. She wants to be with us.
Yeah, in a bad way.
She just has a unique way of expressing things.
You always have an excuse, don't you?
The heat grows in intensity as the flames draw ever nearer. You can practically feel your skin sizzling already. If you're going to try and stop her from killing you and destroying the whole world, you'd better do something, and you'd better do it now.
I wonder if we look good right now. Fire makes a lot of things look good. I can only imagine how dazzling our eyes are in the dancing flames. Do you think she's noticed?
Probably noticing the smell of burning flesh.
I don't want to burn to death. We don't have to, right?
Okay, let's beg for our lives then.
You'll understand when it's over. Just like I understood after you stabbed me in the heart. Everything is okay.
The flames
Very
lift at your
understanding.
form, stripping layers of you away, causing your skin to blister and pop and crisp. As you burn, the princess glides to your side, her ghostly form blackening as she too succumbs. This is terrible. We're going to die. I'd savor this feeling if I were you. Soon enough, we won't have nerves.
And we'll get to die with her. After what you made us do last time, this is as sweet an end as we could hope for.
Yeah, guess it's a very noble and heroic death.
She clutches you close to her chest, her eyes bright and her smile wide with manic affection, watching as the flames take you away. The pain is unbearable at first. Every inch of you screams as your flesh is stripped away, your muscles stiffening as they're cooked, your blood boiling in your veins.
Yeah, I don't like that we're getting to see him roast alive with us.
But it isn't long before the flames take your nerves, and with them, your ability to feel much of anything.
Roasted dead body. Yummy.
See? That wasn't so bad. It was so bad.
But somehow, nothing is so much worse.
You'll get used to it.
Yeah, anyone else for some roasted and crispy human? Or, yeah, we're not really human, but some flesh.
There are still the feelings of the heart. Those never go away.
Oh, they always do in the end. You just haven't experienced enough. Eventually you'll want them to stop too. You'll make them stop. Trust me. The princess's smile never fades. Her skin peels away, and then her muscle, until all you can see is her charring skull, locked in an eternal grin.
It's very romantic, really. We got our happy ending after all. We can die happy.
I don't know how you can say it's romantic after seeing this. So surprised that her dress is still intact. And there she goes. Despite your best efforts, she do not die. She is gone. Something has taken her away. There's left something else in her place.
She's gone.
Yeah, she's gone. Yeah, whatever. Approach the mirror.
Don't.
Yeah, ignore him. Approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
Ignore the cowards. You have to look.
Yep. Yeah, to feel distant, gaze into the thing. You know, look into that, proceed to cabin. And here we are, once again. Ugh,
Something
ghastly.
finds me in the long quiet.
Yeah, usual stuff. I mean, that would be one hell of a name.
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
Why doesn't she want to tell me her name?
I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
I mean, I don't see how that makes her not be trusted, because she can't remember her name, but...
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need, and you should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
Okay, she had nothing to say about me saying that, yeah, I'm guessing you're starting to think it's true? Something about you that doesn't feel right.
Would everything feel right about you if you were locked away in a hole by yourself for as long as you can remember?
Just how long has she been down here?
Probably a while.
So, did they tell you why I'm supposed to be so dangerous?
Nope. Well, apart from that, you're gonna end the world. Yeah, let's deflect. What are you going to do if I let you out of here?
The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
What I do doesn't really matter, right? At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever
Which we
sent
don't
you
really
to
have much
slay
of.
me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that, and I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has
Fair
a
point.
We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about. Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I can't trust you. This doesn't add up, and it isn't worth the risk to take your word over the potential fate of the world.
Thank you. You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
And door's gonna close on me, isn't it?
You'll regret this. I promise you. But go ahead, run along and get whatever you're planning to get. But you'd better hope that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. She has to be bluffing, but hurry. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation.
I'm ready to stab if I need to.
Okay. If we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all. You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet.
Too quiet.
Where the princess sat only
Ah,
moment ago,
fuck.
there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, she managed to chew that off pretty quick.
Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
Yeah, I don't like this. I think we got off on the wrong foot. Do you think we can start over?
Oh, you coward!
No, I don't think we can. Why don't you come closer? I have something to show you.
Of course you do. Let's finish this, I guess.
Your eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her. Where is she?
Investigate the arm.
As you step
Ah,
towards the
fuck.
severed limb, you hear the pattering of feet behind you, soft against the basement floor, then loud and desperate against the stairs. You turn to chase after the princess, but she's fast and has too much of a lead. She slams the door behind her before you can make it to the top of the stairs. The lock clicks into place. No!
Thanks for letting me out. I'd return the favor, but I think we both know that I can't trust you to let me stay free. You should understand. It just isn't worth the risk.
With those parting words, the princess walks away, her quiet footsteps eventually fading as she leaves you and the cabin to rot. You're stuck here, alone. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. You don't know how much time passes before the end, but eventually it comes.
I mean, at least you got a arm to nibble on while I'm down here.
The world ends, and you end with it.
Chapter 2, The Witch.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin, you're here to slay her.
Here we're here to slay her. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna go back to the cabin and see what happens.
A warning. Before
Yeah,
she
we
looked
already
up-
seen. Oh, don't worry, you can trust her to get... You can trust us to get the job done. Okay, we got the voice of the opportunist this time. Okay, proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Yeah, this is very, very different from the cabins we've seen so far. Okay, well...
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Yeah, I say let's take it this time.
You take the blade from the shelf. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it. That's not actually a bad idea.
Yeah, for once, one of our voices is actually making some sense. Yeah, oh, ignore the mirror because it's just going to disappear again. Yep, there it goes.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Oh, we know you'll bite, alright. I'm not nasty. Not yet, anyway.
But you are. You're a wretched little thing. I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else.
Nope, she doesn't, unfortunately.
She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation.
Nah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below.
She looks very different. Like, got a tail, she's got clawed feet. Kind of always turning into me, sort of. Yeah, she's definitely looking worse for wear.
You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
She's acting like the two of you already know each other.
That's because we do.
Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. Do you remember us then? Do you remember last time? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her.
Yeah, besides, the only thing that's behind us is the blade behind our back, so...
Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Right. And we got, holy crap, we got a lot to talk about. We can apparently give her the blade, lead the basement, and then slay her. Yeah, we'll explore some of these options first. Okay, I'm sorry about last time.
Ooh, smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster. If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
Hey, don't worry, the blade isn't for you, or not for killing you. We gotta get you out somehow, right?
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
Yeah, we already seen that happen before. She gnawed her arm off.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist.
Well, she could do that.
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
Well, I get the sense that you're not happy with me.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that.
Yeah, I died last time. You didn't. If anyone here shouldn't be trusted, it's you.
You were the one who went to get that knife. You were the one who started all of this. Only a poor loser twists their own failure around on the winner.
Yeah, that's a fair point. So we're at an impasse. Neither of us are gonna get anywhere if we can't trust each other. Unless you want to fight, but I don't want to fight.
Just because I'll never trust you doesn't mean I won't use you to get what I want. The cabin lets prying little beasts like you come as you please, but it insists I stay where I am. If I'm to leave, I'm to leave with you, and you alone.
Okay, why do I have a nagging feeling you're going to stab me in the back if I help you out of here?
And why would I do such a thing? Is someone's guilty conscience getting to them? But I wouldn't worry. As much as I may hate you, letting you live is in my best interests. If you get me out of here, the only thing that will be dead and buried is the bad blood between us.
Oh, that nagging feeling you mentioned is me, by the way. I'm actually a little anxious about a potential backstabbing event. She needs us to get out of here. We'll be fine if that's what we decide to do. You won't be fine because destruction is in her nature. If she gets out of here, that's it for the world, remember? Even if that's true, that doesn't automatically mean she's going to stab us in the back. I think that depends on your definition of words like stab and in the back. She might not literally do that, but she could very well symbolically do the same thing. See? He gets it. There's nothing wrong with looking out for number one.
Alright, well... Oh, didn't mean it. Sure, let's leave with her. What could possibly go wrong?
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face. She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face. She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Right, so he can't
Oh,
stab you
no,
in the back.
We can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us. It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her. We're armed and she's not. What's she gonna do? Bite us when we're not looking? You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
Sure, let's step onto the stairs. What could possibly go wrong?
That's right. You're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
That's exactly what I'm worried about.
You step onto the stairs and begin your ascent from the basement. The princess follows close on your heels, perhaps even a little closer than you'd like.
You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous. You want us to turn around and kill her.
I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. This is for you.
Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. She can't sneak in and attack if we're facing her.
No. The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt yourself.
But
the princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and, in no time at all, the upstairs of the cabin is within reach.
isn't that a relief? We're fine. Nothing happened.
I wouldn't speak too soon
You're
about
not even
that.
going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory, are you?
Why did you just say that?
Yeah.
I think we know why. You feel something dig into your shoulder, sharp and piercing. The princess clawing at you and pulling you down with her full weight. Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and hers crashing against the unyielding wooden roots, until finally you both separate with a bone-shaking thud against the basement floor. You feel something pop.
Oh, rip to whatever body
The
part.
princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact. You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realize that you won't be getting up.
Wait, why won't we be getting up?
I'm afraid your back is broken.
Ah, fuck.
One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several.
Yes, that's the thing that we heard go pop.
You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back.
Yeah, I mean, what a way to go out.
We were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that? It's what I would have done. Have you considered not being like that? Of course not. It's what keeps us alive. And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done.
Yeah. Yeah, we were never going to get up those stairs, were we?
The princess lets out a mocking laugh.
By our very natures, only one of us could make it upstairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. Better me than you.
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned where she'd turn her back on us and I'd say, "Now stab her in the back! Do it now!" And then you'd say something like, "Wow, that's an amazing idea that I never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us." And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back. Why didn't you tell us your plan before we agreed to go first? Because then you'd have had to lie to her. And you're a terrible liar.
That's not... Okay, that's actually a good point. It would have been a good point if it had actually worked. But it didn't work, did it?
Well, it's not my fault that nobody listened to me.
The princess's body twitches as she tries to get up.
Again with the bone cracking noises. I would hope I would be rid of them.
Ho ho ho! So she's got it as bad as us.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so funny?
Wait, she fell on a knife?
Eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment as her gaze travels up and down your battered form.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Wait, are we both just stuck here?
Yep, seems like it.
Certainly seems that way. What a way to go. But look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. The world could be saved after all.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Yeah, no thanks.
Is that really what's going to happen?
Nope, she's gonna get taken away by the Quiet One again.
Hello? Are you still there? What happens next?
Doesn't respond.
I think he's gone.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape. I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
But you don't get a chance to respond, nor will you ever. Time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a...
Approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. If he thinks it's bad, I'm with him.
Voices feel small, distant as you approach. Yeah, we do our normal stuff.